Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. How is everyone's weekend? Let me say hi to everyone. Um, Robin, Hanako Grace, Nadira. I did replace the stream link with the correct time. Amy, Lisa, Genesis. Amy, how's your sister? I just saw people talking about your sister because we met Amy's sister back in Vegas. Hanako Grace, Elaine, Sarah, Arlene, Norwegian Wood, Tickled Lady, Courtney Jung, Seda, Pia, iCarmi, Rachel, Elizar, Carol, Nigma Price. Ah, sorry, what happened to my lipstick? Is it okay? Robin, Rachel, Monine, Hanako Grace, Seda, Drummer Squirrel, Elaine Carla Girl, Lady Pink, CMB family, Lorena on Twitch, all the Twitch family there. Genesis, Arlene, Rona Nicole, Nigma Price, Seda, Amy C. She's good, good. Say hi to her for me. OSP, Dodger Girl, Seda, Norwegian Wood, Finding April, Maritz, Reg Bear, Lisa Parker, Finding April, Carol, Jazzy J, Amy C. Hi, Jazzy J. Okay. We have a lot to talk about. The one thing though is so my editor wasn't able to finish the videos, but I have pictures. I have emotional pictures. I just was hoping that I could at least show you like 15 minutes of the clips that she was preparing. And she tried. She tried. She just wasn't able to finish it, which was partly my fault because I gave her the stuff to edit this morning very, very late. But anyway, okay. So Friday. You'll get to see a part of the emotional support videos. These are the videos that I got from fan cams. I put it in one video so that we can enjoy it because a lot of us don't get to see everybody. Hi, Danielle. Okay. So first, let's do updates. Where do we start? So Come Over actually made it into Billboard Global, excluding US, at number 5, which was funny because initially they credited it to Olivia Rodrigo. Hi, Emily. But good thing that armies were very vigilant about it. So they called the attention of Billboard. They re-uploaded it and properly credited it to BTS. So it was just odd that they would commit such a mistake. But I guess, you know, it's still being done by a human being. So I guess they just okay. I hope it doesn't happen again. So Swim is number 2, global excluding US. And then Come Over is number 5. And then So in the prediction, we're not going to have the full top 10 of Billboard Hot 100 until tomorrow. But in the prediction, it looks like swim is going to drop below 50. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope the prediction was incorrect. But if it does drop below 50, there's still a chance for us to catch up if we stream. So we can still push it inside top 50. So I hope that we do that. Do remember that there is a recurrent rule. So if it stays in the top 50 but below top 10, if it's there for 25 weeks, on the 26th week they're going to take that out. So I'm hoping that at the very least we can keep it there for, if we can't push it back to top 10, let's just keep it there for another, let's just maximize the 25 weeks before we allow it to drop off. And then Iconic by Mistake is predicted to enter top 36, I think. And then there's one more. Let me see. Uh, there are four. Jenny's Dracula is at number 18. I think this is based on the prediction, not on the actual chart. It's not going to come out until tomorrow. So we are. Wait a minute. I'm going to show it to you. Oh, here. So this is top of the charts prediction. That's not funny. That's careless. That is true. That is very careless. Okay, so we are at. I don't know if you can see it well. Can you see it well? What if I do that? Oh, you can still see it. Okay, so we are. What are the Dracula is at number 18 by Jenny and Tame Impala. And then you have number 36, I think, Iconic by Mistake. There you go. 38 predicted Iconic by Mistake. So this is going to be the fifth entry or sixth entry of SSERAFIM. And this is going to be the second for Eyelet. And sixth, I think, for KATSEYE. And then Swim is predicted at number 55. Come Over is predicted at number 68. So those are How Swim and Come Over doing. I don't think they've published. I don't think they've published including US, but I may be wrong. Give me 1 second. Here is including US Billboard 200. Good news is Billboard 200 Swim is at number 10. So we pushed here. Let me show it to you. So we pushed it back um to top 10 here. There. Okay. So we pushed it back. This is Billboard 200. 1 second. There you go. So Billboard 200, we have Swim. Can you see it? We have Arirang at number 10. And then for Billboard, including US, Billboard Global 200, Swim is at number 7. So who watched the MV for Evans Ride or Die? I haven't watched it. I saw it. I kind of want to watch, not kind of, I want to watch it. So, okay, so let's just keep on streaming. If we can, please save Swim inside Billboard Hot 100 for as long as we can, then it would be great. Um, so Um, Norwegian Wood said KATSEYE has been invited to perform at the festival Olivia Rodrigo is organizing. Artists are now just organizing their own festivals left and right. So the other one is Stray Kids. So they are organizing their own festival. Aside from that, they're actually having a tour. Going to start a tour. So, well, good for them. But I'm just saying they're so busy. They're going to be super busy for the rest of the year. I kind of understand because I know that their eldest member has to enlist. So, you know. Okay. And then for according to Polestar, with just 8 show, BTS has already amassed 104 million in gross profit. So that's just 8 shows. We they're done with 20 already, I believe, and then they have about 70 more. Most likely they're going to add more dates. I still have a strong belief that they're gonna get into 100 dates by 2027, and I think maybe last quarter of 2027 or third quarter of 2027 is when they're going to do their encore. But I do think that they're going to get to 100 shows, but currently 104 million for 8 shows according to Polestar. So congratulations to BTS. If you kind of average that, I think we're very close to crossing 1 billion. No festivals for me. Like the video, Carla Gers said. Yes, please like the video. Thank you. Okay, and then according to the best selling artist for so far, top 100, BTS is currently at number 28 according to Chartmaster. So I will be discussing Chartmaster to the Friday live stream, but just wanted to give you an idea. Okay, so they are at currently at number 28. I'm assuming that we are going to see them going up further. Um, I didn't get a notification fairly and was live either. Oh, that was weird. Okay, and then construction for their Madrid show. Am I pronouncing it correctly? So Madrid is okay. So the stage construction is already starting, and the 5 boys are on their way. Well, they will be on their way to Madrid, but J Hope went ahead because he's going to attend the Paris Fashion Week for LV, and allegedly Jimin is going to attend it for Dior, so he's going to leave later. We'll get to that. But the stage construction for Madrid is starting, so I'm very excited for everybody in Madrid. Don't forget that the BTS the city London is already starting. So go to the website so you know the activities there if you are from London. Okay, or Europe for that matter. Okay, so for you did not get a notification. Why is that? Okay. This is not on private, right? I believe this is public. Let me just check. It is public. So that is weird that you didn't get a notification. Okay, so it's public. Okay, so news is that the girl that has been repeatedly going to Jungkook's house, and this is one of the girls that actually managed to enter his house, or at least a part of his house. She's finally been oh, Dodger Girl said, I had to find the YouTube link for. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so she's finally been, she has already been arrested and she has already been jailed, but now they're going to deport her so that she doesn't do the same thing again. So what happened was, so there are many other people that that have been harassing Jungkook and have been trying to get into his house. So this is not the first. This is not the first time, and this is not the only time. But she's one of the pretty extreme ones. Well, I guess going to somebody's house is already pretty extreme. But this one is I think she's deranged in the head. So on May 8th, Judge Park G1 of Seoul's Western District Court sentenced a Brazilian woman. So this is not the Chinese one. How did she get in? I'll discuss that. So the Seoul Western District Court sentenced this Brazilian woman identified as Miss A to 1 year in prison, suspended for 2 years after she was indicted and detained on charges of violating South Korea's anti-stalking law and trespassing. So there, he has had many, many, many stalkers, but this girl actually rang the doorbell 133 times at night and then managed to enter the property behind a delivery worker. So someone was delivering something. He went out and she managed to go in while the door was still ajar on his way out. So she managed to sneak in. But as we know, as Jungkook already explained, once we enter his gate, you're gonna end up in the garage and you can't go out of that place unless he opens it for you. So December 12 alone, she displayed an extreme level of obsession by ringing the doorbell 130 times from evening into the night. It was not clear whether Jungkook was actually there when that happened. Now, she waited near the entrance, and when the delivery worker exited, slipped through the still open gate and entered the property without permission. She tried his gate 133 times, yes. And then Miss A was caught in the act. So I guess someone from the inside, could be JK, could be someone else. Called the police. She got arrested. The following day, police released her. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so the police actually released her the following day, but warned her not to do it again. I don't know why you would do that. Why you won't just deport somebody after doing something like that. The following day, police released her after a stern warning not to approach the residence again. However, her conduct actually continued. She went back the next day, December 28th, after disregarding police warnings and continuing the stalking behavior. She was placed under an emergency protective measure prohibiting her from coming within 100 meters of Jungkook's residence. How about 1 million meters from Jungkook's residence? Court said that because there was no intention to harm, there was no intent to harm, deportation, it would be better to deport her because at least it reduces risk of reoffending. In other words, they think that they can't really go up in terms of or charge her with something graver legally because she did not intend to harm Jungkook. That's what they were saying. She just really wanted to go inside. Isn't that like, come on? You enter somebody's house without permission? Isn't that enough? But it just boggles my mind. Anyway, so Judge Park G1 ultimately sentenced Miss A to 1 year in prison, suspended for 2 years. Okay. So they said that it would be better if she just actually gets deported so that she can't do it again. The defendant has already been detained for approximately 3 months. And once this judgment has become final, she is expected to forcibly be deported from the country. Therefore, the risk of reoffending against the victim is not considered high. However, this is actually very telling. This is where I got the news if you ever want to check that out. So because this is a criminal offense, Jungkook was actually like he, or at least his representative, not necessarily him. They were the ones that were pushing for the charges, and they did not want to show any mercy. So I think this should be a warning to everybody that regardless of your intent, just don't go inside his house because it's not going to forgive you. I mean, legally not forgive you. So because he refuses to back down, at least the representative of Jungkook refuses to back down with the case. They wanted to pursue as the highest possible case against the woman. So the good news is that they're just waiting, I guess, for the sentence to be finalized, and then they're going to execute it. But that means she's going back to her country. Okay, they want actual physical harm before they act. That is asking for a tragedy. Yeah, that seems to be the case. They even with the previous, like several other, if you remember, there was another one who was a Chinese woman who was brushing her teeth in front of Jungkook's residence. The reason they couldn't detain her was that number one, she didn't cause any harm actually. Number two is that she did not intend to harm him, like physically hurt him. So, um, yeah, I guess in other words, you can't kill a person who's already dead. You can't sue someone for harming you if they did not actually harm you. Something like that. So for you to be able to sue someone for something, they actually must be able to commit that, or they should have been able to commit that offense. And in this case, she wasn't. She did not. So all right, moving on. She'll be back to Brazil in time for BTS Brazil concert. The harm has been done to Jungkook by her entering his property. I absolutely agree. I also do not understand this decision. So how do they know she should have the intent to harm him if he didn't act the way that she wanted? I agree. Okay. And then I hope that you have been able to watch the BTS AMA behind the scenes, their sketch. And I always love watching behind the scenes of things, like the creation of things. I always love watching it. And so when they show this, it was a treat for me. But I think one of my favorite parts of the entire thing was RM talking about, if you would remember, he actually said that after AMA, he said that when they first attended AMA, they weren't even given a green room. So they were doing their makeup outside, like in the hallway, because they weren't given a green room. And this time though, they were given the biggest in the backstage, and they sort of showed part of that. And so this is the this is the green room that was given to them. So they have their own mirrors, stuff like that. So I thought they were happy about it. They were happy about their win. I know that a lot of people, like I'm sure they themselves don't measure their creative value from the awards that they receive, and we don't either. I'm sure we don't measure that through the awards that they get, but they still are happy about it. They're still very excited about winning the AMA Artist of the Year. They made history. They're the first Korean act, first boy band actually to win it twice, I believe. I may be mistaken, but it's still history for them. So they still value it. They're still excited. So I'm excited because they were excited about it. So hope that you can share their joy. Go watch the behind the scenes because it was great. Um, the room they were given this time, finally what they deserve. They underestimate our loyalty, but I can see why not yet. Um, it's on my watch list, my ever growing watch list. It's so sweet seeing Jimin looking at all the armies cheering, but respect is warranted. Correct, correct. Hence the mic issue during the DNA performance. Correct. Yeah. Yes, that is the issue with the mic. So I get, and I'm going to be discussing for this segment, I'm going to be discussing the Grammy and the Emmys, but they're still excited. As I've said, they already said that the Grammy or any other awards is not something that they are focused on anymore, but they still are happy getting it. So that's the whole point. Okay. So watch it please. And then they also drop the behind the scenes for Merry Go Round. Okay. All right. And then J Hope departed for Paris yesterday. He's going to be attending the Louis Vuitton Men's Fashion Week, and it's going to be on the 23rd, 9 p.m., I guess. So that will be today or tomorrow. Later, 9 p.m., January 23. They usually stream this live. So if you want to go to YouTube, just go to their website. They usually stream it live. They also stream it live on X. So either of those two. But he already departed for Paris, and he's already there because he went straight to LV because he was already shown walking the streets of Paris on his way to LV. So I love this entire anthem. I have to give it to him. I really love this entire anthem. So he was already shown going to Paris, probably picking up choosing the clothes that he wants to wear, but he's already there. Okay, so let's wait for that. Now, Korean media. So this is the schedule, I believe, 9 p.m. their local time, and so this is, I guess, how it translates to other countries in Europe, maybe. Um, but if there's any Europeans out there, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. And then on the 9:55 Korean Standard Time, the five members, Jin, Suga, V, and Jungkook, will be going straight to Madrid. And then at 11:20 Korean Standard Time, Jimin is going to depart for Paris. As well, everyone is assuming that he's going to be attending the Paris Fashion Week men's collection. So the cameras are already there waiting for everybody. So I guess everyone else aren't attending their fashion houses show. It's just this two. Um, I don't know why. So the for Jimin, it's going to be June 24 Paris time, and it's going to be 9 a.m. They moved it earlier because they said that there is a heat wave. Um, so they moved it earlier. When are they going to Madrid? So it's going to be today, and it's going to be 9:55 Korean Standard Time. Yeah. Okay. So 9:55. What time is it? Or tomorrow? I'm confusing my Korean and LA time. Time in Korea. 8:29 a.m. June 23. So it should be today. Okay. So just to clarify, like why are the others not attending and why are these two attending? It all depends on their schedule. As you know, usually in their contract, it already indicates how many events they're going to be attending for their houses. And sometimes that includes private events. Sometimes it does not. But even if, for example, it includes two events that they need to attend to, just as an example, they need to attend to events. Sometimes the fashion house will still extend the invitation if there is a special event, and then if the brand ambassador decides to attend, then good for them. So for Jimin and J Hope, this is probably either an extra invitation or a part of their contract. Okay, why are they giving the flight information? These are provided by the agency. That is why the media knows it. So the media, one way for you to know whether it was provided by the agency is if the media actually is in the traditional media. They're in the um the airport waiting for them. So this is provided by because it's an official engagement. Okay, and then they're going to Paris for that. For Jimin, it's going to be um June 24, 9 a.m. Paris time. Okay. And then these are the events for the men's fashion week when they're going to go to the events that are going to happen. And these are the participating houses that are represented by the members. So, as I've clarified, we don't know why the others are not attending the men's fashion week. Probably they're going to be attending another one. Um, we know that J Hope did not attend the previous fashion week in Paris. So maybe this is something that he had to do according to his contract. Jimin did not attend the last fashion week for Dior, not this one, but the other one. So probably this is him making up for it. Um, it is the cycle of K-pop. The most popular group came back from the military, either had members quit and lost many fans. Okay, and then just wanted to show this picture. This is the last time the two of them were together actually in a fashion week. So this was before, if you would remember, this was before J Hope was formally announced as a brand ambassador for LV. He actually joined Jimin in Dior. So Jimin was there formally as a brand ambassador, but J Hope actually went to see him as well. He joined him. I saw a lot of dancers leave with J Hope when he left. Okay. So, the reporters actually couldn't guarantee that he was going to attend the fashion week. The only reason the fans was able to confirm it was the Paris the fans on Perry's side. They knew that J-Hope was going to arrive. So that's how Korean media knew that he was going to actually attend. But initially they were like, well, he's going to Paris, but we don't know if he's going to attend the Fashion Week. Okay. All right. Now let's proceed. Do you have any questions about their brand ambassadorship before we move on? They worried so much and had no one to give advice. I'm wondering if they were okay. I love that picture. This picture of the two of them. I love this picture too. Okay, let's go to Emmys. So they announced Hybe actually not really announced, but they sort of made people know that BTS has been submitted. The documentary has actually been submitted for Emmy consideration. Didn't Jimin attend last year? I remember because he was having yeah, and then there was another one that he did not attend. But I'm just saying that I'm not saying that that is the reason he's attending this one. This could, for all we know, this could be a part of like a campaign or whatever. Maybe he needs to go to Dior for a campaign and then might as well attend Fashion Week. I don't know. Okay. Um, is Yongi still with Valentino? I can answer that question. I don't know if I should. I guess we just have to wait for the announcement of Hybe or Big Hit. Okay, going to the Emmy. So they were submitted for Emmy consideration. This is the documentary that was aired in Netflix, released in Netflix. So they were most of the categories were is are most of it. The categories are actually technical. So outstanding variety special. This is for the live. Outstanding costumes for variety, nonfiction or reality programming, outstanding lighting, outstanding title design, outstanding motion design. So a lot of it were actually very technical in nature. So a lot of people are now asking what's going to happen now and is there any way armies can actually help? So I'm going to be talking about that together with the Grammys. But Hybe submitted them. So Hybe America is now in charge of submitting all the works of BTS, I guess. So they're now submitting it. They submitted it for Emmys. Okay. Emmys are industry only. The public can't vote though. Yes. One said, I only saw J Hope in the airport video. I didn't see the dancers. Yes. So, yes, it is industry just like the Grammys. It's industry only. So I'll discuss that in a bit. So for your consideration, outstanding variety special live. So these are just so you can see it bigger. But a lot of they submitted it. They submitted it to a lot of technical categories. Now, for the 69th annual Grammy schedule and key dates, I know that there have been a lot of people speculating. Well, I think there is a YouTube channel who claimed that BTS has already submitted to 7 categories for the Grammys. Not true because the online entry period will start July 7. They could very well be preparing to submit, but I'm sure that they are already preparing for that, but they haven't submitted yet. So starting June 25 is the online registration for media companies, and then online entry period is going to be July 7, and then all the way until August 21. After that, will the first round of voting, and then the nominees. The first round of voting is when they determine who's going to be the final nominees. So this is like the, I don't know, 5 or 12, anywhere between 5 to 12 candidates, usually 5 to 7. So, and then that voting will determine who's going to be the 5, 7. And then after that will be the final voting. It's going to happen December 10 to January 7, 2027. And then the announcement of the winners would be on February 7, the Grammy Awards. Okay. If it wins, it's the production winning though, right? Yes. Who is Suga being with a Valentino secret? I support BTS submitting to Grammys. They are knocking on the door. If the Grammys don't recognize it, only makes the Recording Academy look bad. Okay. So now we know that there is a controversy about the Grammys, the best Asian pop music performance. This is the most controversial one, and then they introduced other categories: best R&B collaboration or duo, group performance, best traditional pop vocal performance, best traditional folk album, and best Latin performance. They also they expanded the categories: best album notes and best historical album, which I think BTS can actually qualify for. I discussed that in my video. If you want to watch them, I went through that in detail, but I think they can actually qualify for that. I hope Hybe America thinks of submitting BTS for that. Now, okay. So next is there is a confusion on whether armies can actually vote or not. And this was actually started by, wait a minute, let me see if I can get to him. This is a voting member of the Grammys, and he's sort of egging, not really egging, but sort of encouraging a lot of armies to start helping BTS get votes when they get nominated for the Grammys. So wait a minute. He's doing it on TikTok. And so that's him. He's a voting member of the Grammy, and he's like, oh, don't settle for the Asian pop music category award for BTS. They're way bigger than that. This is what he's saying. Like, armies, you need to push for it and whatever. So I actually did not know of the existence of this his videos until much later. But my point is that the discussion sort of emanated from him. Okay. Because he's encouraging armies to help. Now, a lot of people are questioning whether we can help. Okay. Um, Now, this post talked about is claiming that according to the rules of the Grammys, only the publicist and the media company of the artist can actually campaign for the artist. Okay. So it says, let me put it this way because I can't see. Sorry. So it says specifically states the rule specifically states voting members and their publicists are the only ones that can promote their own recordings, and there shall be no lobbying on behalf of other members in their rules. Okay. So please do not tag, direct message, inbox, or reach out to voting members about BTS. And then she pasted the rule. Okay, so there's another one. There are other people that are supporting what she said, like it can hurt the guys more than it does good. Keep Arirang and swim in the news by breaking and achieving records by talking about the brilliance of Arirang on all social media. Be positive about the art. Do not tag, harass the members of the academy. Do not listen to armies who tell you to do that. Some are not army. Some just don't know better. Block, mute them. Army need to keep Arirang and BTS in a positive artistic light, not doing the usual harassment and tagging en masse. Okay, so let's clarify. Members or their designated publicists are restricted to promoting only their own recordings. There shall be no lobbying in behalf of the other members. The rules and regulations of the Grammys, they actually govern voting members of the Grammys. It does not govern everybody else in general. The Grammys has no authority over other people. They cannot tell somebody from Zimbabwe who wants to campaign for BTS to not do that. They have absolutely no, they cannot govern everybody. They can only govern their voting members. So, um, it is not true that fans can't do their own campaigns. Okay, let's do it step by step. Okay, the clause directly limits Grammy voting members and their official publicists. It prevents members from campaigning for their friends or colleagues. No mutual back scratching. This is what I was talking about. In other words, I can tell someone, hey, I'm going to be voting if I don't know, like an agent. I can say, hey, if you vote for our artist, for example, they are fielding somebody in for record of the year, they can tell people, we have 500 voting members of the Grammys in our roster. For example, I'm an agent, like CAA, for example. This is just an example. CAA, I'm CAA. I have 500 people that are actually voting members of the Grammys. I can't approach another agency and say, hey, if you vote for our record of the year artist, all the 500 members in our roster will vote for your song of the year bet. They can't do that. They can only lobby for their own artist. They cannot lobby for someone else. No back scratching, and stops publicists from pushing other artists' work. Fans are not bound by this restriction because they are neither members nor designated publicists. It's just common sense. The Grammy cannot rule over other people that they have no authority over. They cannot tell me what to do. They can't tell you what to do. They can tell their members what to do in relation to the voting. Okay. All right. Let's do this step by step, okay? The rule is aimed at preventing Grammy voters organizing voting blocks, members campaigning for another member's work, industry figures lobbying voters to support a competitor's recording, vote trading, and coordinated voting efforts. In other words, back scratching, quid pro quo. They don't want that to happen. Okay. The Recording Academy solicitation rules govern Recording Academy members, their representatives, and Grammy campaign activities, not ordinary fans on social media or off social media. Again, they have no authority over fans. They cannot dictate what to do. Okay. Now, I'll get to all this. Let's do this step by step. Okay. Okay. That's out of the way. Fans can promote, you can promote. However, just like everyone else, you are bound by the general law of the United States of America or whatever law your country is in. In other words, you can't bribe, you can't harass, you can't be indecent, you can't say anything that will be harmful for other people because you can be sued for defamation. So just because you are not governed by the rules of the Grammys does not mean that you're not governed by the rules of the country. So there are still marketing rules, there are still advertising rules that even ordinary marketers like me will have to follow. And everyone else has to follow that. You cannot go to each of the voting member of the academy and tell them, hey, armies will give you 1 million streams if you vote for BTS. You cannot do that. Okay. Or we're going to create 5,000 different videos of your next single if you vote for BTS. You cannot do that. Okay. But you can promote. But you're still governed by the same rules and regulations that govern this country. Okay. For example, you cannot malign other artists to promote BTS. That's not going to do anybody any good. You're most likely not going to be sued by anybody, but it's not going to be good for BTS and it's not going to be a good look for armies as well. Okay. We have to wait until the nomination to trash that. So it is about quality. Talking about how BTS changed your life is unfortunately not the best course of action. Not in this one. You can talk about it just as a support, but the main thing will probably that's this is not the main thing people are actually looking for, right? If I am voting, I'm like, oh, hey, good, that's good that that music changed your life, but we're talking about supposedly in the ideal world, we're talking about quality of the art. So something can actually not be life changing and still be monumental artistically. So um talking about how BTS music actually changed your life, affected you, that's great. But even better would be pieces that are actually talking about the quality, the supremacy of BTS's music in terms of quality. Okay. Artistic merit. So composition, lyricism, all of those good stuff. The TikTok mentality is probably not going to help. So creating dance challenges is probably not the best course of action. It might catch someone's attention. I don't know who that someone is. Also, it's TikTok, so it is there for entertainment. That's the primary use of TikTok. So that's probably not the way to go. I'm not saying it's not going to catch attention, and maybe if it is big enough it's going to get to someone who's a voter of the academy, but is that the question that they're looking for? So is that the material that they're looking for? Okay, so he talks about, like, he encourages armies to actually go and push for BTS. He talks about, he did explain this rule about the Grammy Best Pop Asian Music Awards. And I only watched one of his videos. The video that I managed to watch, they're factual. He was talking about, like, oh, what this award is and what it is not. So I think that's pretty factual. Oh, sorry, I did watch two of his videos. The other one was when he was encouraging armies to push for BTS for the main categories: record of the year, song of the year, all of those good stuff. But he actually never concretely stated how to help army, how we can help. He just said, help BTS, but he actually did not say how to actually do it. And I understand, probably because he is a voting member of the Grammy. He can't do more than what he's doing. Otherwise, he might get that membership revoked because he's bound by Grammy rules. We're not. So I think maybe that is the reason he's not being concrete on how armies can actually help, because he wants to protect his membership. But those two videos that I've watched of him, they're actually very factual. Okay. Now, okay, so tips. Always remember that in any kind of marketing campaign, in any kind of lobbying campaign, or even political campaign, you always answer the WH questions first. Who are you talking to? What are you saying? And where are they? Okay. So determine first who are we trying to target? um, Remember that it's not the general public that we're targeting. We're targeting the voting members of the Grammys. That's what we want to talk with them, because it's their votes that count. Now, can their vote be affected by what the general public is talking about? Absolutely. They may be affected by that. But that's a two-step process. If you're doing the marketing, that's a two-step process. You're talking to one segment that will hopefully reach your main segment. So if you're doing marketing, you just target the main segment that you want to talk to, because that's going to end up because they're the ones that are going to affect your output. Okay. So we know who we're talking to. It's the voting members of the academy. Okay. So the question is, do you know who they are? The Grammys don't publicly publish the list of the membership. Okay. So, um, okay. So now we know who they are. We just don't know where they are. The other thing is, what do you really want to tell them? But that is different from what they want to hear and what they need to hear. Okay. So you might want to tell them that BTS is the best musician out there. It's not going to do BTS any good. That's not the message that is appropriate for what we want as the end result. So talking about how they are the best selling, all of those are nice, but there has to be more than that. Primarily because that's probably what Hype America and Universal will probably be hyping on the um the charts and the sales and all of those things. So determine what is it that they need to hear, and what is it that they want to hear, and marry those two things. Then you have a champion marketing message. Once you marry those things, that's your champion marketing message. That's the marketing message that will get them to do what they want, the call to action. Okay, what resonates with you as a fan of BTS won't necessarily resonate with the voting members. So creating a real good, serious marketing campaign requires more than just 10 hours of research on YouTube, TikTok, X, Facebook. And it definitely requires more than 10 years of experience posting stuff on Twitter. Because you do need to get into the minds of the Recording Academy voting members, and then determine from there, know what is it that gets them moving. And then that's going to be a whole work, because then you're going to. So, this is just an example. Okay, I know that the voting members, this is just an example. Do not take this too seriously, but I just want to demonstrate something. You start creating a marketing campaign and you say, okay, what is it that will get them to do my call to action? You have them, there's something that you want them to do, right? That's the call to action. So you want them to vote for BTS. Okay. So that's your call to action. But what is it that's going to make them do that? What is it that make people vote for somebody? Trust, recognition, network. Okay. So let's just say trust, recognition, network, or whatever. Okay. So we know all of that. Now, what is the barrier? What is it that keeps them from doing that action? So let us just assume, again, these are just assumption. This is a phantom exercise. So don't believe this. So let's just say, well, the one thing that keeps them from voting for BTS is that they are voting for their colleagues. They're voting for people um that are that are more familiar with them. They're voting for their label mates, or they're voting for people they've worked with before, or they're voting for people that whatever. So now you know the barrier, the barrier to action. Okay. So now you know the barrier to action. What's going to keep you what's going to allow you to break that hurdle, that barrier, so that they will end up doing what you're asking them to do. So it's not just about creating materials that will highlight BTS's quality of work. It's more than that, because some already might know, but they will still not vote for BTS because of something else. So what you have to determine the problem, and then you come up with a solution based on the problem. So creating a marketing material is not just about, okay, let's talk about the quality of the music of BTS, which we should absolutely do, but it is not necessarily the main problem. And that's what we need to get down to first before we even think about creating any kind of campaign. So when I posted that message on Patreon and on X about helping BTS, it's not just about, okay, I'm going to create 50 videos talking about the quality of the music of BTS. That's the easiest part. You can pay somebody to do that, right? We can just raise funds, get the best writer in LA, get the best editor in LA, get them to do all of these things, and we'll probably be done in a week. The harder part is determining what is it that keeps people from doing your call to action. What is it that keeps people from voting for BTS? Once we determine that, once we know the action, once we know the solution, then we have a marketing campaign. Okay. Um Next, I'll get to your question after I finish my presentation. Okay, so the other question is, do you know where they are? Right? Even though, so let's just say we know the problem, we know the solution, but the question is, how do we get in touch with the voting members? How? Okay, so how do we get all of these materials at the hands of all the voting members, or at least the voting members that will most likely be, well, I guess, yeah, voting members if they get nominated for the main categories. The advantage of many of these labels is they most likely know the addresses of the artists, right? Or at least, they can probably text somebody in the team of that artist and ask them, hey, where do I send this? We have something for you for the Grammys. Then they can, but we don't know that. We probably are most likely not going to get there. Like, we're probably not going to be allowed to even, we're, the list of the voting members are not public, let alone their addresses or their contact numbers. So the question is, if we can't get whatever marketing materials we have to them personally and directly, is there a way we can be where they are? We know that there are certain places where these people actually go to. Okay, so if we can get to their homes, we shouldn't. We can't get to their homes. Maybe we can get to the places where they go and then open the touch point. We call it the marketing touch point. We open the marketing touch point on those areas. Okay. So tips: we identify the problems, determine why they aren't voting for BTS, and there are many reasons, and then focus on one problem and come up with a solution. So I'm assuming that there are a lot of other armies that will try and help BTS in one way or another. The worst thing that anybody can do is try and solve all the problems at the same time unless we have a lot of money. Most likely, everyone is just going to raise funds for their own efforts. So the best course of action is that one segment or one group deal with one problem instead of trying to solve everything else. Spreading yourself too thin in a situation like this is not going to do anybody any good. So determine one problem and focus on that. Or determine one segment and then focus on that segment. I mean, in terms of target market. This is my conclusion. If they ever submit for the Grammys, they probably will. They 100% will. I'll start a campaign. I will need help, as I've stated in the members only live stream. I, I will need help. So I can't do this alone. I also prefer not to handle the money part because that's so taxing. So I need somebody else that will actually take care of that when we raise funds. But the first step is to create a creative brief. From the creative brief, we're going to meet, come up with ideas on how to actually do that, and then create a solid marketing campaign document. And that's what we're going to be basing our actions from. Further details will be first presented to the Patreon community because it can get pretty muddy when I include everybody else. Okay. On a separate note, okay, before I proceed, do you have any questions? There is a Korean voter at the Grammys. He must know the rest. There are a lot of Korean voters in the Grammys. Hybe themselves have several voting members in the Grammys. So I know that Yoonjin is actually a voting member. The former CEO is a voting member. P Dog is already a member. Of course, BTS and Bang Shiuk, they were the first ones to become a member. So I think Supreme Boy also became a member. There's a member in 17 and Enhypen that are members of the Grammys. Um, what else? I am not sure. I'm pretty sure Supreme Boy is there. Of course, P Dog is there, but there's another producer. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, but they're Hype themselves. They already have several members in them. Supporting them doesn't mean harassing voters, but we can still talk to them publicly. That yeah. So I've answered this question before. The key is knowing who they are, what it is that we need to say, and where to find them. We have to be classy and stop calling them scammies. That's a good start. How about we start there? Probably a good start. Uh, thank you for making me laugh. Yes, sure. We should wait until afterwards to do that if it if it's warranted. So they can team up once they submit, just like with the Emmys. I will support BTS decision and campaign for them to win the Grammys. The guy may have good intentions, but it feels like taking advantage of Army who are on alert regarding the Grammys. Okay, so I did hear that they feel that he is now cloud chasing because it's just like pumping a lot of content in relation to this one. I don't know. I've only watched two of his videos, and as I've said, those two videos were informative. They're not specific, but they are correct. He said that he's just like army should help. I think that's okay. I think people you're allowed to say that. I think and then he was explaining how the music, Asian pop music category actually works. And I think he was pretty accurate. So I thought, just based on those two videos, was he cloud chasing? Yeah, but I guess I'm just going to be blunt about it. The minute that you actually start creating content, isn't everyone just cloud chasing? Isn't everybody just chasing a cloud? Okay, so now it's the intention behind chasing a clout that matters. I know that people are going to say, well, the connotation is that if you are chasing clout, you're not being authentic to your message. You're just really going after the market. Fair enough. Well, you can call it scammies here, just not on X or other platforms. We already know how the Grammys, the board who votes doesn't care about how many trophies BTS has won. They vote for who they want. That's why a lot of R&B, hip hop, rap artists quit or decline. Um, so to a certain degree, Jazzy, you're pinpointing a problem. Like this is the hurdle. This is the barrier to entry, is what we call it in marketing or advertising. This is the barrier. So you pinpointed one problem, that they don't really care about the quality. They don't care about what BTS has been able to do. They just care about who they want to vote, and usually that is determined by biases or networks. So that's one barrier. So the next question should be, okay, now that we've determined the barrier, what is the solution? Okay. Oh, the back scratching campaign reminded me of the Olympics figure skating scandal. Can't remember the year. We have to wait until the nominee. Okay, no matter at the end of the day, BTS is already known and popular globally. I just hope the Grammys are not using Asian artists for their own personal gain. focus on the music and performance. Okay, let me look for questions so that we can spend about 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes just answering questions. I just want them to listen to Arirang and give it a fair chance. Um, I will push and be there for BTS regardless. Okay, let's look for questions. After all the years of hearing unfairness and biased wins, I don't believe Grammys is as clean as they make it out to be. The voters get a packet on all these artists competing, so they have key into the cast info to cast their votes. Also, we don't want to annoy them to the point they just give their vote to someone else out of spite. The excellent post about the architecture of the Arirang album was good. Okay, let's look for questions. BTS could elevate Grammys in Asia, which could expand the market for American music in Asia. Asian market is pretty darn big. Um, okay, let's look for questions. Somebody must organize a BTS pilgrimage. There is also a problem of haters who will act like armies and harass or create problems to discourage the voting members through overzealousness to the point of harassment. Or a voter did say why they didn't vote for Coldplay album of the year because they could not understand why 13-year-old would buy Coldplay with BTS Selena Gomez. So they voted against them for album of the year. Slow Rabbit. Oh, Slow Rabbit. Okay, voting member. Okay, Slow Rabbit. Jungwon, Vernon, and Woodsy are voting members. Let's go, Army. Slow Rabbit, Adora. Oh, Adora is a member. Oh, okay. Hey, all yes, all BTS members and Bang Shio and the former CEO are the first set of members from Hybe that became a member. I will never stop calling. What? No more scammies. So play nice. BTS music healing the world. We need to back it. Known boy bands hardly get Grammys. Boys to Men was the last boy band to get a Grammy. The guy said he is Army. The guy said that he is Army. Okay, let's look for questions. So we can tell them to stop catering to the fragile egos of Western artists and record companies. What variations? How about presenting about all the Western producers that work with BTS to highlight the quality from insiders? Yes, we definitely will be utilizing the producers that help them. Just know, Miss Fairlane, that the voters are members of the Recording Academy. Are the 7 BTS members also voting members? They are all voting members, correct? The okay. So okay, the voting members of Recording Academy is not interested in music. The voting process is highly political. Can we find what media is consumed by engineers, producers, those that focus on technical aspects? Apparently, they make up a huge part of the demographics. Yes, we can find that. I know what they are. I know where they are. A lot of the things that I said, I already know the answer to. Okay, but I still want to session with you people because it's always nice to have a like a brainstorming session. We always say that whenever we do a brainstorming session with a large group, that most likely 99% of the things that will be said are trash. Like a lot of it you won't be able to use. But in that sea of trash, you will most likely get, if you have like a thousand ideas, 900 of that will probably be trash. 100 of that will probably be okay, like, yeah, maybe. And they'll probably have 50 that is like, oh, that's good. Like, those are good ideas. And you'll probably end up with 5, if you're lucky, 3, 2, 1 that are just absolutely great. So in the 1,000 ideas, what we're looking for would be that 5 or 3 or 1, but we can't get to that 5, 3, 2, or 1 unless we get to the 900 trashy ideas. Okay. Can you only vote in your area of expertise? I think that is the case for Oscars. So in the video that I did for Grammys, the system is that everybody gets to vote for the 6 major categories: album of the year, record of the year, song of the year, and then producer of the year, non-fiction, classical, non-classical, or something like that. So 6 major categories. Everybody gets to vote for that. And then you have 10 extra votes, which you can vote for, and then you can vote for 10, sorry, you can do 10 more votes, cast 10 more votes under three fields only. Three fields only. So you can't vote for like, um, s- for, meaning three fields. So like R&B, ballad, classical. So you're limited to that. Then you can't vote for hip hop or something. You're limited to three, but you can cast 10 votes within those three categories. Um, how transparent is the voting system? Not transparent at all. It is computed by an auditing firm. Do you think it would help to emphasize that they used a lot of well known producers? Yes, it will help. We will definitely be utilizing that. During this time, armies need to act with utmost grace and reflection to counteract the antis, haters, solos, true. Pinayon say for technical awards, I think it's only the specialists who vote. For the general categories, everyone votes. Oh, I have to watch the video. Do they vote for themselves? They can vote for themselves, correct. We need to educate the insiders about BTS is more than dynamite. You are so right. We'll need to expose them to the info without them feeling like we're making them. They purposely use producers that won Grammys before. Question: do we stay silent or do we raise our voices to the recording academy? But will we, as BTS armies, hurt BTS by doing so? Well, I think I've answered that question, right? Do we stay silent or do we raise our voices to the record? Don't you think I've answered that question? What about talking about the Guinness World Records? That's just, I think, one part. Like emphasizing the chart performance, their sales, how commercially successful they are. That's just one aspect. Um, we'll definitely do that, but there has to be more. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, now just one thing that I realized, well, not realized, but because I've been sort of wanting to talk about this, but it just this was a funny like week for me. Um, so when I this is just like an unsolicited tip for people. I know that most of the people here are doing this already, so probably I'm talking to the leaders of the choir in this in this live stream. But maybe if there is like one or two people here that need to hear this, then I would say that this is still worth doing. So, one of the ways, I think we just need to sort of become better in like communicating with people in social media. A lot of, I think our desire should be to start conversations rather than order people to do something or prove ourselves to be right. Right. I think a conversation is always a good aim. I think when you start conversations, you lead to better results. You may not convince the other person to believe in what you believe, but at the very least, you're going to gain someone else's respect. Okay, so this is one example of it. I got this as a DM on social media, and I did that um, voting in that poll in X asking if armies should help BTS do a campaign for the Grammys. And then someone sent me a DM, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. Framing it as a campaign will do us harm than good. We need to make it look natural when it comes to BTS. Nothing bad so far, right? Well, sort of nothing bad so far. Can you please delete that? And then you put in your demand. And then the other thing is that she made an assumption. Framing it as campaign will do us more harm than good. So I think people always assume that you know exactly what the other person is saying, and that I think where the misunderstanding is coming from is going to start, because not everyone is going to respond as graciously, right? Some people are just going to be very annoyed and not even try to sort of turn this conversation around, right? Because if I woke up at the wrong side of the bed, I'm not going to even attempt to start a conversation with this person. I'm just going to flame her, basically. So that's it, if I'm not in a good mood, I'm just human. If I Again, if I woke up at the wrong side of the bed, I'm probably just going to flame her for all the But I did ask her for clarification. I did I extended to her what she did not extend to me. In other words, I asked her, "What do you mean? Like, why do you think? What do you mean framing it as a campaign? And why do you think it's not going to work?" Because I thought, okay, if you're not going to give me the grace of actually explaining what I posted, I'm going to give it to you. So I asked her, I said, what is it? Like, why do you think it's not going to work? She might say something that I don't know about. And I sincerely want to um, know the answer. So, um, but this is probably not the right way to go if you want to have a conversation with somebody. Like, ask for clarification, right? Don't assume that you know what the other person is doing because you probably don't. 99% of the time, we don't, right? 99% of the time, or probably 90% of the time, we actually don't know the whole context of what someone is posting. So just ask for clarification. Ask first. Ask first. Like, what do you mean? No matter how angry you are at the other person, what do you mean when you said that? Maybe by having an actual conversation, you will be able to understand someone better. Next is this. This is actually pretty funny. So someone posted a comment, and then the other thing is don't start with a demand when you're when you're sending a message to someone you don't know. Probably asking them to do something is not the best course of action. Like that, yeah, don't start with a demand. Ask with like find the common ground, right? Find a common ground first. And then from the common ground, get to your point. Okay. Because the other thing is like, if I think this through, my conclusion is that you don't even know how to start a great conversation. You don't even not even a great conversation, but you don't even know how to start an educated conversation. Why will they even listen to you? Right? So okay, and then this one is a comment that was left on social media. So I did a video on the about the Grammys. And in there, I think some of you at the very least already watched it. In that video, I actually said that um, I don't have a problem with the award itself, like the actual award of having a best pop Asian music performance. I think I cannot look at it just from the point of view of being an army. I have to also look at it from the point of view of other artists from other Asian countries. And I have to admit that to them it is an advantage. And many of them are actually they're actually very excited about it, knowing that if they compete with anybody against an American if they compete against an American or an English speaking act in the main category, they won't be able to win. But having their own category gives them a better chance of winning. Are they going to win? Probably not, but at least it's a better chance. So they are actually looking at it positively. And so I actually said that in the video. I said, from the point of view of all these other artists, it's good, right? Um, Now, from the point of, and then the other thing is that it does not keep BTS from submitting to the main categories. It just means that when they submit to the pop Asian music pop performance or a best Asian pop music performance, whatever song they submit there, they can submit for the main categories. Now, I understand it. I also talked about like a lot of people are concerned about segregation and all. I talked about all of those things. So I thought I was pretty balanced. But at the end of the video, I actually said that I, I have to look at it from the point of view of everyone else, of everybody, not everyone else, but everybody, not just BTS. And the truth is that for many Asian artists, this is a good move. Okay. All right. Now, she posted and it's like, I'm so disappointed that you actually posted this. And then in her comments, she actually repeated what I said, that there are other Asian acts that are actually looking forward to this because this is an entry point for the West, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, did you even watch the video? Because your comment seems to be disconnected from what I posted. And she was like, I actually didn't. Come on. They do, and I don't. The thing is that I don't usually read comments on YouTube. I try to read as much comments as I can on YouTube, but usually I see like the top 20 comments, but I don't have enough time to go through everything. And so hers was one of the comments that were on top. That's why I saw it. So I was like, one tip is that if you haven't consumed the content, probably don't leave a comment. Just Wait until you consume the comment and then post the comment. I'm like, how's that? How's that as a? It's like responding to a question you did not hear, right? Okay. Um. All right. All right. All right. Let's for the big four Grammys, Kent's AOTs goes to artist and team for the album. Okay. And that includes Grammy voters. They can become annoyed by the noise. So important how we approach this. I think it would be good to appeal to who they are and how BTS reflects the musician. I don't think the person actually wants a conversation. They seem to just want to push their own narrative or opinion on other people. Maybe, Nigma, maybe you're correct. But I do not want to do to her what she did to me, right? Because if you're correct, she's just trying to push her own narrative or she's just making me submit to her. I do not want to do to her what she's doing to me. Because then we're just gonna go on a cycle. So I thought maybe if you get an opportunity to be treated like an intelligent person, maybe you'll start acting like one. Or maybe in the future when she posts, she'll start thinking about that. That maybe asking herself a question about the thing that she's about to post will make her a better person in social media. Okay. Um that poster, okay. For I've seen that happen. A lot of people respond to the title without watching anything and make assumptions. She might be using a minimalist approach, drop consumption and just okay. We still have two things to talk about. Do you want to do emotional support pics? So as I've mentioned, my editor wasn't able to finish the emotional support videos. She actually will be able to finish it this afternoon. So I can show that on Wednesday. So, but not today. So she wasn't able to. But I have pictures. Um, Honestly, people should learn to active listening, then ask a question. Probe. Think positive. BTS can win Asian pop category and main categories. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Look at the long game. This is another step for BTS, but it may not happen this year. It doesn't mean efforts are wasted for the future. Slowly giving awareness to Grammy voters. Emotional support picks are always welcome. Carol, none of us are saying that we can't win. Okay. So any other question before I proceed with the emotional support picks? Did I mess up my lipstick? What a great pick. Yeah. So for those who actually saw the behind the scenes of their AMA, please watch it. It was great. It was fun. It was nice seeing them very happy. And as I've said, I'm sure that as I've said in the opening, I'm sure that they don't measure their success or their creative credibility or their integrity from the votes. Sorry, not the votes, but the awards that they actually win. But it still makes them happy. So seeing them this happy, it's good. And I actually remember Jimin, was it Jimin? Yeah, I think it was Jimin saying that, after all this, it still feels good for somebody to tell you, hey, great job, right? Like if somebody gives you a pat in the shoulder and says, hey, great job, still feels good. So I guess it's kind of something, it's something like that. Someone telling you, hey, great job, still a good thing. Okay, I want the outfit inspection, Nuna. Best, we just keep on charting BTS songs to the point that they have no way of ignoring BTS's impact. Yes, it was so sweet. Okay, so that, and then I'll open with a very, very sweet picture of Jin smiling. Okay. I learned that there's a whole separate Latin Grammys separate from the Grammys. Yes, there is a separate Latin Grammys. And then we go to, this is making me emotional. And so there's really very few photos of Jen, like not few, but there's not as many, but not few, not as many pictures of Jin in action during a concert. I don't know why. I think his fan base is like capturing him in his like fun moments more than his moments during a performance. So I love it when I actually see him in action during a performance, like with a dark background. It gives me, it just puts him in another light. So I love those two pictures. That's why I included it. Okay. And then this is one stolen shot, I guess. I didn't realize how handsome Jin is until I saw him in person. Oh boy. Maybe because he's in the back for choreo. Could be that. Could be that. And I think he really just, he's like more loose on stage than than the others. But I think it's more like the psyche of the fan base. They like capturing him in light moments. I think so. Okay. But there's still a lot of like great pictures of him during a performance. Okay, next. Um okay, just him walking on stage. Wait, I'll hide you. And then so this is so far this is my favorite jacket of him. Carla girl. If BTS get Emmy for performance in Grammys, they are two steps away from EGOT. This is why Grammys are important. You cannot become an EGOT without the elite. So Grammys, Oscars, and Tonys. Emmys, Grammys, Oscar, and Tonys. That's the EGOT that she's talking about. So Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, Tonys is for the stage. So they already have if they get the Emmys, they just need the Grammys and then the Oscars and then the Tonys. Okay. All right. Um there are very few EGOT winners. I think ca- there are very few winners out there. Dynamite lost to Rain on Me just this morning. I wondered how many people. The jacket needs a manager on its own. This is my favorite jacket of his so far. Okay. And then I think this is when he was about to throw water at armies. But I love this shot just because I love the lips. So him and Jimin are the two favorite lip shapes of people, if that even exists, if that list exists. Okay. And then I love this jacket. I love this. I love everything about this. It just highlights how good looking it is. Her just made Iga. Okay, her just made Iga. I, I think I think Beyonce is missing just the Tonys, and then she would get all. There's another one, but there are very few ego winners. Okay, and then just love Jen here. Bye, Elizar. And then okay, so bye bye to Jen. Jennifer Hudson and John Legend too. Oh yeah, Jennifer Hudson actually won the Iga. Yeah. Okay, and then let's say bye bye to Elton John is one. So bye bye to Jin. Okay, let's go to Suga. I don't know if he's trying to be buff, but he is becoming buff. I'm talking about Suga. So yeah, he's really starting to be buff. And V actually said that between Jungkook and Suga, Suga actually buffs faster. Like if he tries to build up his body, he actually builds it faster than Jungkook. I also remember Suga saying once before, like in the early part of their career, he said that he's actually not naturally like slim. He's actually naturally buffy. So I guess that confirms what V was saying. Just one of the few times is actually um, squishy on stage. I love his face here. Oh, I love his face in general, but um, Buff Sugar will be the end of us. Well, shirtless Buff Sugar will be the end of us. I think you'll survive the white shirt Buff Sugar. But if we go shirtless, I think I will lose everybody in this live stream. I don't think anybody is going to watching this live stream anymore. You're just all gonna pass out. Okay. I love this shot, by the way. Okay, just a loose moment, an easy moment in between the songs. Always love his smile, so I included that. We got a peek in PTD. No, yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, stocky compared to the small frame of like Jimin. Has he even worn a tank top? Yeah, I showed it here. Yes, yes, yes. I showed it in the probably Monday or Wednesday last week. But yes, I showed it. He has. Beatrice said she would pass out. Tank top sugar, but if he add the long hair, that will make people pass out. And then I always love his rapping whenever he's on stage, whenever he performs. Bang Luna, proof or it didn't happen. You did not. I've shown it. I can't believe you guys forgot. Wait, I've shown it. I'm searching for the photo and then I'll show it here. When was that? I think it was Monday. I have so many pictures. I need to organize them better. I always think that I organize them well, and then I until I actually need something and I can't find it. Okay, maybe it's here. I can't remember when it was. Ah, I have so many folders of pictures. Oh, the members have already departed. They've already departed for Madrid. Um, I just saw someone messaging me that they've already departed. Okay, I'll wait. I'll look for it. I can't remember where it was. Okay, I'll look for it and then I'll show it to you guys. Okay, where are you? Um, Fairlane, folks are saying it wasn't in the live stream. It was in a video you posted. Say Madrid. Am I saying it incorrectly? Madrid. Someone's asking me to say Madrid. We did intentionally forgot, so you can bring. Okay, yeah. So Jimin is departing for Paris later. They said 11 because he's going to Paris. The rest are going to Madrid. J- Jimin and J Hope is attending the Louis Vuitton Fashion Week for men's Paris, and then Jimin for Dior. Okay, let me search one last thing and let me see if I can find it easy here. I'm pretty sure I posted it here on I showed it to here, but let me see. Um Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. If I can't find it here in this one folder, then I will just have to post it next week. Um, yeah, I'll just post it next week. It's not in this folder. I can't believe you can't remember. I'm gonna gaslight you. Okay. 1 second. Oh, no, not that. Okay. Let's continue with the emotional support pics. Actually, I'm checking just one last folder. I have so many folders. I'm sorry. I'm looking for his um his tank top photo, but I'm seeing V Jungkook. I'm finding everybody else except him. I even found V. Okay. Um yeah, I'll just show it to you next time. Okay, next. Um this is so funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna gaslight you. Okay, sugar. You are being punk fairy lane. I was roped into forgetting too, but it turns out I can't remember now either. Maybe you need to have a folder for each titled tank top or shirtless. Isn't that like I think that's a little questionable. Okay. How about a cute sugar instead of a tank top sugar? Okay. Next. Love this, of course, the tank top folder. I was actually starting to gather photos because someone actually requested a set of photos of them wearing each of them wearing a tank top and jeans. I have all of them in a tank top. That I have pictures of them in a tank top. I just never like separated the pictures in one folder with them just wearing tank tops. It's just always included in all the folders that I have. I usually separate it according to the event. So if it's like Arirang Busan, I have one folder for that, so stuff like that. Okay. Just settle for a smiley sugar for now. Okay. Okay, say bye to Sugar for the smiley sugar. And then we go to J Hope. We all need a tank top holder. What if what if the FBI tries to get into my computer and they find a tank top folder? What are they going to think of me? Why does this person have a tank top folder? I don't think that's a good look on me. Okay. Um that's more of J Hope. You're expensive, baby. Super expensive. Okay. And then he posted because it's already in Paris. He's preparing for the fashion week. He posted this. So there you go, tank top. Someone else, not not Sugar, but at least some a BTS member in a tank top. So he was just showing off the purse that he has, which I absolutely love. I love the color. Okay. And then what a picture of J Hope, huh? What a picture of J Hope. The FBI will know you have good taste. They're gonna make a copy. Oh, this is a tank top folder of BTS. Might as well make a copy. Okay. All right. Next, J Hope. You can always say, Miss Fairlane, that you are shopping for a tank top and you're looking the best tank top. I want in on that closet tour. Okay. I know that he's not looking at the camera in this picture, but I really love it. I swear I love it because it's like an action photo. him in the middle of executing a routine or something, a dance step. Okay, love that. Love it. I know he's not looking at the camera, but I really love it. Okay. Okay, more of J Hope. Still J Hope. You like this one? This one? Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it when his fans, his solos actually find like an action shot of him, like in the middle of dancing, and it's a good one because I feel like that's his element. Okay, this one is beautiful. Yeah. So this is the start of Mic Drop. No, Hooligan. I think this is the beginning of Hooligan. This one. Okay. I think this is my last J Hope photo. It looks like Hobie was looking into the sun. Okay, so I think this is my last J Hope photo with all the fierceness in his face. I need your laptop for research. Here's a search warrant. I have I have a picture of Namjoon in the tank top. It's everybody but Suga. I wonder if I can find. I'm gonna keep that on the screen for a bit because I know that you love it. Just enjoy his okay. Enjoy his biceps. Fairness laptop, second most sought after device after MHJ's laptop. Okay, and more of his shoulders. So there's one in black and then in white. Okay. Next. Okay, he's all wrapped up now. Enough of the shoulders and the biceps. I put a jacket on him. Next. In the middle of wrapping. Pinayon say, but Hobie's cell phone camera is at the top of the most wanted. all of their all of their cell phones. Imagine the how many years, 9 years that they were together in one apartment, and they all said that they don't wear shirts inside the apartment. That when they get home, the first thing that they do is take off their shirt. Hooligan Junie. Yes. Okay. So this is I think this is Busan, right? I think this is Busan. I can't wait till August show. And then you have another RM picture in the middle of dancing. TXT members said that they love taking ugly photos of each other. Also in the middle of dancing. I also love RM shots like in the middle of dancing because I rarely see him. I mean, photos of him being taken in the middle of dancing. It's always like in when he's rapping or something. Okay, so love that. And our leader, I'm tanking. Okay, so a little bit more of his specs. I know that he has like probably one of the best specs in K-pop. Okay, I think this is my last photo of him. Yes, this is my last photo of him, and it's a tank top. Okay, or V on the bench with fur artfully draped over his shoulder. Anyone going to the SF MoMA exhibit? I am. We need action shots of him body rolling. Of RM? I think. Let me see what the editor was able to finish. Okay, so RM, this is my last photo of him for this set. Say bye bye to RM in a tank top. Okay, and then we go to Jimin. Fairlane will check her email and have 1,000 tank top. Their fan bases actually sends me a lot of pics. I mean, I have to give it to the fan bases. They are very, very good at sending me pictures. I'm going to SF MoMA. Yeah. I'm also going to the exhibit of Lee K. I know I keep on saying that I'll go this weekend, but I will go tomorrow. Okay. That's Jimin. More of Jimin dancing and Jimin singing. Who cut his locks off? Jimin? He has a campaign for Latour. Why would he cut it off? Okay. So there is a series of pictures of Jimin wearing. It's actually from the same fan base. I actually love that entire series. So that's him, and then that's him. We always see him fierce, so I thought I'd include one sweet picture of him. Okay, so that's your sweet Jimin of the day. Oh, sorry, Jimin in a tank top, and there you go. There's the shot. I love this two. This and this. You can feel the intensity. Jimin is a tanker. This is an artwork, by the way. This is a picture. It's not a picture. I just wanted to include it because I love the depiction of the hair, the locks, the braids. Yeah, but this is an artwork, digital artwork. The last one looks like a painting. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is the series of photos included here. That same series of photos here. There you go. But I love this shot of him. There's another one that I love. It's coming. This one. Love it. I love the shot. Okay. Him against the crowd. You fainted again with the Jimin pictures. Okay. Wait, there's one more. Okay. So but this is your last Jimin picture, and then we go to V. So this is, I think, one of the last photos taken of him with the hairstyle that he said he's probably not gonna be doing again. The bottom blonde, when he had the bottom part of his hair blonde, he said that he didn't like it. According to him, he said he didn't like it. So I think this is one of the last photos that he did with that hairstyle. This is a new hairstyle now. Um, Sometimes when the shot is like from the front and the lighting is like a little dark, I mistake him for RM. Like this one, when I first looked at it, I was like, "Oh, RM. Oh, wait, it's not RM. It's actually V." There you go, your V tank top. Okay, I love his hairstyle. This is an old photo, by the way. This is not a photo from this series. Okay, so another shot of his hairstyle, the old one that he's not gonna bring back again. But he likes sticking out his tongue. I have a lot of pictures of him. I that which I did not even know about. I love the intensity of his eyes, and this is the hairstyle that I love. So far, of all the hairstyles he's done, this is my favorite. Did you guys see the video of Tech controlling the movement of armies with the army bomb? So funny, yeah. He was having fun there. He was having fun. He was having fun playing with armies. But yeah, this is my favorite hairstyle of him of all time, like bar none. And I love the intensity of his eyes in this picture. Okay, so sweet V here, 4 out of vortex. Okay, I think this is my last picture of him. Oh, I think I have a picture of him in a excuse me, boxy smile. Um Here, I think. That's him, by the way. I want to go to SF MoMA. 4 out of 4. I like the dirty blonde of V. So his hair is short at the airport today. Nadira. Yeah, they left already. Oh, here, the boxy smile. I sometimes miss seeing it. His boxy smile. So I love, like, whenever I see a picture of him just like having that boxy smile, I have to save it because it's just so cute. Very, very only V. Ah, sorry. Okay. So that's the same picture. Okay. And then I thought you'd accept my forgiveness for my accept my forgiveness, accept my apology for my editor not being able to finish the video with a with an abs picture of Jungkook. By the way, he loves doing this in the shows. So this is one, and that's another one. No tank top before the military he was showing. Yeah, he hasn't really taken off his jacket. Mostly he has been wearing long sleeves. So yeah, no tank top for this tour yet. No, he'll probably do it at some point. I accept JK's ab. Yeah, that's my apology because my editor wasn't able to finish edit, the video edit. There, look at it longer. So you can forgive me better. Okay. There, second abs shot, and then him walking. I love it when in his casual moments he's still like he's so maknae. When he's not performing, like he's just relaxing on stage. He's still so maknae. I watched a video of Jungkook. If I don't know if you remember this video, they were doing a shoot and he walked in and he was wearing a beanie. And everyone was like, "Oh, cute Jungkook!" He was wearing a beanie. It wasn't really doing anything. He just walked in wearing a beanie, and everyone just thought he was so cute. And it was like letting everybody dote on him. I was like, "Okay, if you find me cute, go ahead." Okay, Jungkook action shot. JK is saying he feels shy. He does say that he did say in the last Festa dinner, he said that he is a bit more conscious now of how he looks. He said like he used to not think about it, but now he's like, should I look better? Should I diet? He said he's a bit more conscious. So that's probably why he'll get there. I'm sure at some point he'll get there. And this is a series of shot when armies were telling him something. I couldn't hear it, so he was trying to take off his not trying, but he was taking off his earpiece so that he could hear what they were saying. Jungkook loves being the youngest. Yeah, that it was like I've seen that video a long time ago. I've just forgotten about it. It was like walked in, he was wearing a and he was really so cute. And so everyone's like, "Oh, so cute! Jungkook is so cute." And he was just like standing there, like, "Okay, go ahead, go ahead and don't dote on me." He was just soaking it in. Okay. Definitely will not be able to finish. Who can concentrate? um, okay. I love this shot as well. I know he's not looking at the camera. You can't really see his face, but I still love it. So love this shot. I'm watching, but I still need to save up for the airfare. Okay. And then more of Jungkook. Definitely will not be okay. Who can concentrate? And I think one more could be one more of him. Yeah. So this is the last photo. JK is so darn handsome. JK makes it so I can't breathe. Well, you need oxygen. I don't want you to drop dead there to pass out. Okay. And then the classic picture of the two trying to lift not trying, they were lifting each other's shirt. The It was funny because I saw someone sent me a video of this, like the actual when it was happening, like the entire thing. Jungkook actually helped Jimin lift his shirt. Like Jimin was lifting his shirt and Jungkook actually helped him lift the shirt and then lift the Jimin shirt. So it was a funny like entire segment of them. Um in that last photo you can see his wings. Come on, wings. Okay, and then the soap line. This is Suga and J-Hope. And this is the front view of that. I want to see them in LA September. I entered a giveaway for September 5. I have the video on YouTube. Yeah. So this there that's the back view of this one. And this is the front view. And then Vote moment because they seem to be so like they said they keep on hanging out like ever since the beginning of the tour. They've been like the constant unit going out and just exploring the city. So this was a sweet moment. Uh, and then V wiping him. Oh, sweet, right? So sweet. Okay, I entered the ticket. Does anyone know what the rest of JK's tattoo on his shoulder is? It looks very bright and colorful. I think he has one picture where he's actually shown it. And then more Vope. Precious Vote. They play pickleball together. They do, yeah. Well, V said he's gonna enter a competition of pickleball. And then we rarely show Namjin together. So here's your Namjin, the two, the eldest and the leader, and then the other leader in another way leads the team in another way. I love the photo with V and Hovi. Me too. I love that picture. This one, these two pictures together. I love it. That and then that. I love it. Okay, Namjin together. That's still Namjin. Save a horse. Are we going to get to the Seraphim and Cat's Eye? I don't think so. I only have 9 minutes left. I still have the Google and BTS Gemini. That's like a topic I've been attempting to do in the past. So I guess I'll do that first. In the next live stream, I'll do that first. The Google X Gemini and then Cat's Eye and the Seraphim, so that I am sure that I will do it. Okay, and then this is funny because then I kind of realized that V is riding his leg, his leg, one of his legs. He's sitting on his legs. He's not just but like horse ride. If you look at the picture, I was like, oh, it's kind of. I love pics of them taking care of each other. So much love between the boys. More of Namjin. I love this picture because it kind of shows you like the height difference. And then also like the size difference. Like J- I mean, RM is tall, so he's kind of also like wide. But we only hear of how wide Jin's shoulder is. We don't really hear about how wide the body of RM is. But seeing him in this, like, it kind of shows you the difference. Google and Gemini is feeling like the third child. This is when during AMAs, RM couldn't find the teleprompter. So he was supposed to read it. He couldn't find it. It was actually Jin who found it for him because RM was like, I can't find the teleprompter. Like, where is it? I can't find it. He does not know where to look. He couldn't do the introduction, the presentation of the nominees. So it was actually Jin who whispered to him where to find it. That is the story behind this picture. And this is during the comeback in Gwangwamon. Okay. Sweet picture of the two of them together, right? The leader and then the other leader, okay, is what I call them. Okay, so I don't know if I can start. Maybe I shouldn't start the the Google X Gemini because I only have 7 minutes. So um I will just do this next week. And then as I've said, I will do this, the Google X Gemini first, and then I'll do the Cat's Eye Le Seraphim. How's that? To make up for not being able to do that here. Although that's a fun segment because there's a lot of stuff that I found out about. I actually even Anyway, it actually also includes Twice and Eyelet. So that's a fun thing. Mostly like girl groups. There's a little bit, also a little bit about like Atlantic, the record label, in relation to how they actually promote Rose. So we'll get to that. Don't forget to like the video. But a member was like, "No wonder you were wearing dark glasses. Why don't I try to find Suga? What if I try to find Suga?" Wait a minute. Okay, let me see if I can do that. I'll spend the next 3 minutes trying to find Suga. Do you agree? I'm gonna try and find his tank top photo. Where is my there we go. June. It's June, right? Okay. Okay, 1 second. June 11, June 16? Could be that. May 18? Was it May? Ah, it could have been May. Oh, no. Okay. June? I mean, if I find this here, no, this is not it. It was before. I'm seeing all of their like tank top pictures except except Sugar's. Okay. This was before. So no. Was it May 18? Okay. I give up. I'll just find it another time. I think it's hiding from you guys. I'm just gonna gaslight you and say that you forgot about his emotional his tank top. Tank top calendar sounds fab. Okay, was it Mexico? It was a Mexico concert. It could have been a Mexico concert. Probably Sugar. Probably a Mexico concert. Um, could be Stanford. Yeah, but it was like earlier. Could be. Could be. I'll find it. I think I just can't find it right now because I'm looking for it. And then when I stop looking for it, I'll find it. Okay. I have it saved. I save everything that I show you guys. So I'll most likely find it. I just can't find it right now. We need a BTS tank top calendar. So how about this? So the editor just informed me that she was able to finish like some of the things that she was like. So we're gathering some of the fan cams. So we'll put that at least a part of it. Show it to you next time. So that will be our emotional support video for next time. And then I'll do Google Gemini. and then I'll do Cat's Eye and SSERAFIM, and then the emotional support video. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions before we go? You'll find it once the pressure is off. I'll find it. I'll find it. It's just here. I just maybe when I'm rushing, I can't remember where I actually put it, but I will find it. Um, May 8th ish. May I see you all on Wednesday? Okay, thank you for today. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. I'll see you Wednesday. And as I've promised, my legacy subscribers, legacy Tanzanite and YouTube subscribers, I know I owe you at least two more live streams because there were two times when I wasn't able to do it because I was traveling. So I'll find a way on how to do that. Try to find a schedule and work around it, and then I'll make it up to you guys. Okay, thank you. Bye.